June 1, 2025, I walked onto my parents' porch in New Orleans. The air was heavy with jasmine and crawfish. Humid, homey. A pain squeezed my chest, my lungs a moment before my heart. 5 months since I'd been home, not because I was busy, but afraid that I knew how this would be. Celeste, my mother, smiled at me with one that didn't quite reach her eyes. Maris, honey, still in black? A bit of color wouldn't do you harm. She air-kissed the space beside my face. I rolled a forced laugh off my tongue. Hi. Mamu Martin, my dad, sat at the dinner table, half-eaten lasagna in front of him, gazing as if secrets were seared into its crust. Saren, my sister, reclined on the love seat, struck a pose in a designer dress she didn't pay for. Her self-satisfied half-smile smacked me. As always. Well, New Orleans mystery woman is back. All done alphabetizing your spreadsheets? I nodded, sat down across from her, biting back an answer. Mom's finest china sparkled. Holidays, interventions, or announcements. First clue, dinner was formal. Mom complimented the weather. Dad complained about traffic. Saren took a selfie during dinner, positioning her phone to exclude me. I should have left then. Instead, I munched bread, acting as if it were merely dinner. Saren got up, smiling, glass held high. My 33rd is approaching, and it's legendary. Kardashian iconic rooftop in the warehouse district. Champagne wall, live music, drone shots, horse-drawn carriage, Paris. But better lighting. She paused, dramatic. Total cost, just under $150,000. I nearly choked. Set my glass down. She pointed at me. And you, Maris? Get to make it happen. It's not like you're doing anything real with your money. Silence gripped the room. Even the ceiling fan stilled. I looked to Mom, expecting her to stop it. She tilted her head. Sweetheart, it'd mean so much to Saren. You've been blessed. Time to give back. Dad kept chewing, eyes down. I wasn't family, I was paying. Enrage burned, bitter as betrayal. I made an excuse, got out before I spoke too freely. At home. June 2, I sat at the kitchen counter, wine glass in hand, washing the night away. My phone vibrated. AITA Torres, my operations director. Check Saren's Instagram story. I pulled it up, a split-screen video. Saren sipping champagne with her calendar. My old car arriving in my driveway. Caption, when your affluent sister lives as if she's in witness protection. Comments accrued, she's not acting. That house yells anxiety. LMFAO, she drives that? My jaw was locked, my molars throbbing. I wanted to yell, to tweet my reality, my hotel, my job, my existence, constructed alone, but I gawked, speechless. Saren believed this was about a party. She had no idea what she'd unleashed. June 3, I dismissed their calls, texts. AITA volunteered to throw my phone in the Mississippi. I thought about it. I silenced notifications. Hidden zoning permits, spreadsheets. My chest remained tense. Saren's reel on repeat online. Likes mounting, strangers laughing at my car. My life. AITA wrapped the conference table. She's not letting up. I know, I said, but she is not the issue. She crossed an eyebrow. I did not explain. The rot was more profound. Family, expectations, guilt. That day, Celeste swept into my hotel office, arms laden. No appointment, thought I'd drop by, she said, placing Tupperware of banana bread on my desk. Still no receptionist? Make this place friendly, Maris. I gritted a smile. Hey, Mom. She sat down, uninvited. You work too hard. Like your father. He was never good with money. You get that from me. I remained silent. AITA staring through the frosted glass. Celeste drew out a rumpled envelope from her purse. Something for you. I tore it open, expecting a letter. Instead, a budget. Saren's 33rd dream event, underlined in red. Venue contribution. Maris Calder, $150,000. Confirmed. My mouth went dry. Confirmed? Whoever confirmed this? Her smile stayed on. Let's not make this difficult, sweetheart. Saren can't pay for this. And your father and I are on fixed income. She's your sister. I said. Cutting, she embarrassed me on the internet. Playful, said Celeste. She ridiculed my life. A phase. She dismissed. You're asking me to support someone who made a joke of me? I'm not asking, she said, serene. I'm laying out the plan. You're the grown-up. It's what's due, not requested. Resolved. I returned the Tupperware. Thanks for the bread. She seemed hurt. Don't be theatrical, Maris. I think you've mixed up that word, I said. She stood, smoothing her blouse. Let me know if you want the planner's number. Very boutique. She departed, her scent staying with the envelope. I didn't yell, didn't rip it apart. I headed to the window, gazed at the warehouse district's activity. They didn't inquire. They guessed I'd pay for silence. June 4. Evening, I stood within my peaceful apartment. The banana bread rested on the counter, cellophane covered, an insincere peace offering. Mom had made it when I was ill as a child. I believed it was love now. A threat memory hit. Age 10, hospital bed, thin sheets, beeping machines. I was kept there a week by a virus. Mom remained hunched over in a recliner, whispering, "You're why I'm strong. Maris, you saved me." The following night, She growled at Dad on the phone. I quit my job. Martin. You're working nights like a mule. We sacrificed everything for her. Then she smiled at me. As if it never occurred, we sacrificed so much. Sweetheart, promise you won't forget. I nodded. Believing it was piety, now I could see the exchange. My heart hurt, alone with frozen meals. No one inquiring about my well-being, just what I might provide. College tuition sessions, Saren's, creative majors waived. While I earned nights, holidays, my presence greeted. Wow. Not bad for a girl with no husband. My sacrifices required no gratitude, there's required bills. I opened a draft email to Celeste, diplomatic. Gentle, I appreciate you visiting. I wish it was open. I erased it. I shoved the banana bread into the freezer, sandwiched between peas and vodka, and closed the door. I'm not your debt. I hissed, not your redemption. No smile, no tears, just firm ground beneath me. I used to believe that being needed was love. Now I wasn't sure. June 4th, morning, I got to my hotel office early. Before the lights came on at the coffee shop, sleepless, but keen. Finished with wasting energy on guilt. My inbox contained client questions, wedding vendor confirmations, but nothing kept me hostage. Aina entered, clutching a manila envelope as if it were live wire. Courier dropped this 10 minutes ago, from Saren's fiancé's assistant. Marked urgent. TOU June 4th, 2025, the manila envelope glared back. My name in cursive serif under Monroe Events Group's embossed logo. I opened it cautiously, unleashing a glossy contract packet, heavy paper, gold-trimmed tabs. Quintessentially Saren. It looked like a standard reservation for the Imperial Deckhouse, a ritzy downtown rooftop venue I'd never heard of. Flipping to the family contact section, there it was, Family Financial Liaison, Maris Calder. Signature required, page 6, fine print. Subsection under liability, if the initial party booking doesn't pay within 30 business days. The family contact listed as liable for all unpaid balances, charges, penalties, including attorney and collection fees. I blinked, read it again, then chuckled, short and dry. She didn't think I'd read this. I said out loud. Aina Torres folded her arms. She didn't think guilt would sign for you. My fingers wrapped around the packet, not folding, just holding its weight. I shoved it into my bottom drawer. Marked evidence in my mind. If she devoted this level of effort to her own money, I said, she'd never need to borrow from my wallet with my face on it. Aina's eyebrow shot up. Shred it? Make her guess. I said. I opened my email. Written to Monroe Events Group's assistant, Clara Hayes, not warmth. No salutation. Subject, contract request to body. We do not work on documents received via emotional avenues. All subsequent communications need to go through our legal department. Unsolicited contracts will not be addressed. Calder. I sent. Opened my calendar, added recurring event, monitor financial setups, family. That's the last time they surprise me. I whispered, this was no longer heartbreak or betrayal, this was business. At business. I do not scream, I construct walls they'll feel in their bones. June 5th, Saturday morning in my hotel, Somerset. Was typically tranquil, walkthroughs, clipboard and all, inspecting linens, lighting, flowers, as fine-tuning an orchestra. Today, there was an electric charge in the air. Discordant. Aina followed behind her tablet, double-checking system inputs. Stopping in the mirrored corridor, did you sanction white gardenias for next weekend's VIP? No, I replied, I haven't even accessed that calendar. Her eyebrows drew together. Someone did. Gardenias. Ice statues, Provence candles, live music sound permit. I read the entry, client initials, SC.my chest constricted. She wouldn't. Aina cocked her head, she might. I in the back office. I went through booking records, skirting the third-party system, and there it was, Somerset Grand Lux package, booked through outside agency. Saren's birthday weekend. No phone call, no email, no heads up. She reserved my space like a hotel room. Like a stranger. She's strong-arming your hand, Aina said. If it's going ahead. Canceling appears petty, astute, desperate, I thought. But not speaking. I opened up the security archive. June 4th evening videos. Saren, in heels that touched the sky, walked into my ballroom, laughing, waving to a planner I didn't recognize, pointing at the terrace, twirling to reveal the atmosphere. She's moving in as if she owns the place. Aina grumbled, she thinks I won't touch her in public. I replied, staring at the screen. Saren played for appearances. Passive-aggressive refinement, but this was my yard, my turf. Don't cancel. I said, not yet. Aina's gaze lingered, letting her walk through? Letting her dig her own grave. I clarified. I made a desktop folder, SC unauthorized booking, subfolder communications. Document everything, I said. She wants her crowning glory, let her work for it. Aina smiled. Paper trail? A mountain, I replied. We went back to the foyer. Staff arranging a bridal brunch, none the wiser about the silent war. This was not about candles or contracts, it was about who possessed the name on the gate. June 6th. Wednesday, my home office was tranquil, windows open. Gardenia aroma wafting in. I organized contracts, proofread floor plans, drank coffee. Getting into rhythm, then Aina's message. Check ballroom camera 3. It's happening. I clicked the live feed, Somerset's ballroom shown, chandeliers sparkling. Gold sconces warm as Saren swept over, clicking stilettos. Still ranting, this color palette? Middle school prom, she ripped a rose from a centerpiece, discarded it. You call this opulence? My followers will tar me. A young aide, Maria, carried linens, jumping as Saren barked. You, linen girl, that is not my material. Is there anyone here who can read? Maria, English second language, smiled shyly. Kept going. Saren rolled her eyes. Unbelievable. Amateurs that are running this establishment. She snatched a clipboard. Read it, slammed it down, it clattered on the marble. I didn't blink. Didn't flinch. Just observed. Aina walked into frame, back straight. Tone slicing. This is a private facility under contract, our crew is due professional respect. Saren spun. Eyes scanning Aina like an insect. Spare me the lecture. Do you know who I am? Aina, not taking a hint, do you? Silence was maintained, then Saren scoffed. Complaining about lawyers, storming out. I watched again, twice. Her arrogance captured. I opened my incident response folder. Client Policy 3.2, Causes for Termination and Ban, Hostile Conduct, Defamation. Disruption, all checkboxes. I dragged the video in, she'd given me everything. Unaware. June 7th, the ballroom was a magazine spread, orchids on banisters. Golden chairs, ivory linens, chandeliers sparkling. Saren waltzed through. Hips swaying, laughing breathily, Beckham Monroe following. Attentive but distant, his parents. Eloin and Winston Monroe, moved with intent. Measuring the air of the room, Saren gestured towards the stairs. Perfect. Shout's legacy. I observed from my office via security feed. Aina welcomed them. Professional, slightly nodding at the camera. Time. I readjusted my navy blazer. Straightened my back. Saren lectured. Austrian crystal chandeliers. Custom made, the owner's upscale. Private. Eloin leaned her head. Who is the owner? Saren grinned. Too broad. We have connections. Winston clasped his hands. So you don't know? Saren stumbled. Aina stepped in, thumping her tablet. June 7th, 2025. The background music stopped, silence falling over Somerset's ballroom. My heels clacked down the marble stairs. Firm, crisp, every head turned. I stood halfway down. Caught Saren's eye, flashed a weak smile. I went down. Welcome to Somerset. I said, extending my hand to Eloin Monroe. Maris Calder. Owner and creative director. Winston blinked. Eloin's brow rose, eyes flashing with curiosity. Saren gagged. You own this? But your tiny house. I turned. Calm, a smart businesswoman doesn't wear assets on her sleeve, she builds them, brick by brick. Letting them speak. Eloin smiled slowly. Refreshing. I thought discretion was dead under 60. Winston nodded. Impressive. Miss Calder, very impressive. Beckham's gaze shifted. Not pity, not confusion. Recognition. Saren stood frozen, mouth open. Words failing. I didn't gloat, didn't lean in. I turned to Aina. Escort the Monroes to the East Terrace. I'll join shortly. Aina nodded. Gesturing gracefully, they moved while Saren lingered, shallow breath. Fists curled. I went by without looking. I didn't require their applause for the first time, I was on my own now. The Monroes strolled on the balcony, gazing out over the grounds with practiced refinement, nodding. Speaking little. Orchids glowed softly under low lights. The Mississippi breeze bringing jazz from faraway streets. Eloin tugged me toward the fountain as Saren attempted to insert herself again, unsuccessfully. You constructed this? She questioned, from scratch. I told him, her glance, evaluation. Confirmation, said it all. You're the type of woman our family values, stealthy strength. Actual outcomes. Saren's tone interrupted. Tiny, childlike. Wait, Eloin, may we speak? Eloin did not turn to Winston, set a firm hand on Beckham's shoulder. Rethink your values. Beckham glanced at Saren. Then me. Silence, an unveiling, not safeguarding. Saren collapsed in the hallway. Sliding against the mirrored wall, makeup smearing. Voice cracking in a half sob. I strode by. Head held high, heels set firm, pulse steady. No gloating. No halt. That evening, June 8th, I came back into my apartment. Flipping off all light except the kitchen's. The quiet wasn't void, it was deserved, drinking tea. Sending a message on my phone. Martin, my father, can we talk? I hesitated and called. He answered. Hi, princess. I said nothing, just don't go pushing things, okay? It's her birthday week. I smiled, soft. I stood before all of you. And you did not notice me. He exhaled deeply. It's not like that. It's precisely like that. I said, always was. We merely wish the family whole. He said. It's never been whole, I said. Serene. A house of cards built around Saren. He didn't deny it. I'm not angry. I said, finished. I mean it. I hung up, put my phone in the sink drawer. Closed the drawer softly. Outside, New Orleans lights flashed. Jazz drifting from a bar. I breathed, not waiting for calls. Not hoping, free. I didn't lose my family, I stopped begging them to arrive. June 14th. AITA emailed, event cancellation drafted, reasons, policy infractions. Aggressive behavior. I watched the footage again, Saren's tirade. Maria's cower, the slammed clipboard. I signed the cancellation. Sent it to Monroe Events Group, event terminated. No rescheduling, no headlines, no apologies, quiet, June 20. My kitchen table, sorting contracts. Lukewarm coffee at my side, an email jumped out, I'm sorry. From Martin Calder, you were right. I should have stood up. I'm sorry. DAD.no buts, no deflections, just late, clean. I read it 5 times, smiled. Deleted it. Somerset surged, 3 weddings, 2 corporate galas. A high-profile fundraiser booked. Aina fielded requests from 4 states. She walked in, Elo and Monroe's niece wants you directly. Of course. I said. We'll look after her. A wedding blog alert appeared, influencer event cancelled. Somerset denies involvement. Speculation, are these events of luxury for show? Saren's name wasn't mentioned. I didn't require it to be. I wondered and checked her socials, her recent video, muted light. No makeup, no music, comments disabled. She stared, still. For 2 minutes. I shut the app. Not needing to see. No fire, no ire, just air. June 21st. I drove by my parents, slowed half a second. Didn't stop, not bitter, no pull. On my porch. Wine in my hand, sunset colored the street orange. Live oaks whispering. I used to believe peace was apologies. Villains unmasked, scales and balance. It's quieter, leaving. Saying no without words, night breathed out around me. Revenge isn't winning, it's walking clean. You don't find peace when others treat you right. It's when you treat yourself like you're important. I believed loyalty was silence. Being less so others could take the stage. Shrinking never saved anyone. You can love family and set boundaries, walk away without hate. Cease to seek validation from those who don't acknowledge you. I won by listening to myself. Have you ever felt unseen in your story? Carried shame that wasn't yours? Type 1 if this spoke to you, or explain why it didn't. Message, speed, conclusion. This channel's for real stories, real people. Subscribe for more raw storytelling. You never know, the next one might name your feelings. Thanks for being here, see you soon.